soldier in the army of teachers.
The Kenya National Union of Teachers and the government are for the third week now staring each other eyeball to eyeball.
Solidarity! Yes, sir! Solidarity!
The government has already tabled a 17 billion shilling offer, which NAT has turned down, instead demanding an offer to the tune of 47 billion shillings. The head of state now clarifies just why the government appears to be playing hardball.
This is an issue that you agreed 15 years ago, when some of us were nowhere close to being anywhere in government. Now we are only here for 3 months, and you're telling us what 2 governments over a period of close to 15 years have not delivered, you expect us now to do in 3 months. My friends, let's be reasonable.
While NAT officials argue the rejection of the offer by government is on an inferior amount basis, the government, through its highest authority, the president, says it would be a tall order to raise such resources.
You are teachers, I agree. You're asking for additional house allowance. Your house allowance is already harmonized with the rest of the civil service. Now, if we were to give you a house allowance, what do we do with the rest of the civil service? Because when you go out to the public and you tell the public that we're only talking about 11 billion, yes, but we as a government have to look at the wider picture. So it's not 11 billion we're talking about, it is much, much more. And where are we going to get those resources?
The laptop debate came to the fore too, and the government argued its case, pointing out it was not prudent to temporarily shelve the project and have its funds redirected to meeting a recurrent expenditure.
It's not a stunt. You know, the laptop issue is not a one-off. And it's not something we are doing merely to fulfill a pledge. It is a policy of the Jubilee government.
But surely for somebody to stand and say, this money that you're borrowing, don't invest in your children, don't invest in your educational infrastructure, don't invest in delivering power to your citizens, but rather borrow it so I can pay Marianne here her salary. Surely, I mean, that's somebody who's got his priorities not fixed on correctly.
The president maintains that the rule of law must be followed and that the government will not undermine court orders. As such, he once again urges NAT to obey the rule of law and come to the negotiating table. Jacky Maribe, Citizen Weekend.